can you just take us through that 2-run home run, what you saw, what you liked about that pitch?
I give kudos to my teammates. We've been like telling each other, what she's been throwing to one another and all down the lineup, helping each other out. Hey, she's busting me inside for righty. She's throwing a drop ball. So we're really communicating and just trying to work through it, and just kind of, saw my opportunity with that pitch because she wasn't throwing very many over the plate and took advantage of it.
You've been here obviously long enough to kind of diagnose an issue, just in terms of what's caused y'all to lack those results in Big 12 play. What would you say it boils down to?
We just got to keep working. We're adjusting, we're fighting through, our pitchers are fighting through, trying to, get things to work for them, and hitters as well. We had to get on the same page. It's like, someone throws a no hitter and we're not swinging the bats, and then vice versa. We'll be swinging it. And then, on the other side, we just got to keep working. We got to find, to come together at one point and just put them together so that we can, be hitting and pitching well at the same time.
Is it kind of one of those things where you almost need to see the proverbial ball go through the hoop just once? You just need to get one, and then you kind of see the one next to your name in the win column, and it kind of helps you roll a little bit.
Yeah, just one, man. I think once we get it, it's going to unfold.
Yeah, I don't know if it's lagging or not, but kind of going off what Eric said, the ball through the hoop, is that kind of the same situation with home runs, since that was your first homer of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think, once we start getting a hold of it, it's just going to come. It's going to keep coming. And I think we're starting to break through right now. And I know maybe the score didn't show that, but we are fighting. We were really working hard, and we're doing that at practice every day. And, once we get it, we're going to get it, and y'all see it.
For y'all as a lineup, what was that big adjustment you made today at the plate? Because obviously you go from 1 hit to 3 runs against that same pitcher.
I think it's just like relaxing at the plate, not trying to do too much, just, trying to, just relax, have fun up there, because that's what it's about. We don't have much time left, so why not have fun and just play the game of softball you've been playing your whole life. And I think that's what it boils down to, that everybody needs to kind of think is like, let's just go out there and have fun. And that's going to be our best results is when we do that.
I'm good, Katie, unless Branson has anything else.
Any more? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now we have Coach Ward for y'all.
Coach, what do you like about your team's initial response to going down 1-0 to retake the lead there?
I thought our at-bats were pretty competitive all day. I think, in the past couple of weeks, we've been having some huge lulls there in the middle, but I thought we competed and competed with our at-bats pretty much from the beginning to the end. So I was pleased with that. I mean, we had runners in scoring position. Again, we hit the ball hard to, make the play, I guess.
To go from 1 hit on Friday to 3 runs today, what was the big adjustment you saw your lineup make?
Like I said, I think it was literally just competing pitch to pitch. I mean, we're still in a place right now where we're in our feelings a little bit too much, where our feelings, are like, oh crap, we're getting behind, then we let that affect our play. And I think we did a better job of not, kind of separating, the offensive side from the other two facets of the game. I mean, that was kind of the reminder after that first inning is, we still have a job to do on offense. It doesn't matter, what's happening in the circle or what's happening on defense. So we just kind of got to separate those things a little bit.
You talk about going off that kind of phrase, being in your feelings. Obviously, I mean, we know what your message is in terms of, looking at results and seeing it, but how easy or difficult is it to get a bunch of 18 to 22-year-olds to not look at the 0 next to your name and in conference and not kind of let that get to you a little bit?
I mean, the overall messaging from us and that is like, we need to figure out in life the things that we can control and the things we can't control. And there are times when we hit the crud out of the ball and it gets caught, and that still leads to the same result as striking out. So it's more of our response to these things than, letting the outcome dictate our feelings and how we see ourselves and our confidence. So it takes practice. It's not something that you just snap your fingers and figure out one day, but you have to be super stubborn to it. And it's a part of growing up. And I think that those are really big life lessons. And that's why we are really harping on those types of things, because this isn't just about softball. We're going to encounter so many things in our entire life that don't go our way, but how are we going to respond to it? Are we going to figure out how to grind through it? Or are we just going to give up? Like, giving up's really not a choice.
And then it's kind of probably gone off what you said today, but what have you seen not only this weekend, but in past weekends about your team's ability to respond that gives you hope going forward?
I just think us being consistent with things, and we're not giving up all hope just because our record isn't what we want it to be. I mean, there's so many things that are positive that are happening. And I know that's really challenging to see when you look at the record. But like I said, I liked our at-bats. I thought we competed better today. And even talking to the Oklahoma State coach at the end of the game just a minute ago, he's like, I see exactly what you're doing, and you guys are definitely on the right track. You guys are going to be really good. I can see, like, you guys are going to make our conference stronger. So I think that's nice to, hear from a competitor as well. But I know we're on the right track. We just got to keep pushing through and, like I said, not let our feelings affect what's going to happen.
Coach, that home run from Bree back in the second inning, is that just one of those situations where she gets one out of the way, maybe that opens up the floodgates a little more?
Yeah, I hope so. She's been having a little bit of a roller coaster year this year, for her standards. And I just saw a difference in her eyes today. I mean, she, was in a different spot. Like, she's been grinding and she's been competing the whole time. So don't get me wrong on that, but the ball hasn't been, going her way a lot of the times. But I think she did a really good job of staying present, and just like we were just talking about, not letting her past feelings or past experiences dictate where she was today. She just had a different look in her eye, and she was on a mission today, and she had a different belief in herself. And that was really cool to see.
Coach, overall, what do you like about your team's patience at the plate? It seemed like you guys drew a bunch of walks and frustrated that Oklahoma State pitcher a little bit, especially in those early innings.
Yeah, I think we've been doing a pretty decent job of that. That first weekend was a little rough. We were a little over anxious, first weekend of the season, but I think we're doing a little bit better at that. That's something we work on, in practice every day. We've got these machines that throw some gas with some nasty movement, but if we're working the process like we should, we're really able to use that to our benefit. We're able to see nasty movement, figure out how to hit it, and figure out what's a strike and what's not a strike. So I think we had a better job preparing this week.
And Coach, with the road trip coming up this weekend, what's going to be the focus at practice these next couple of days?
Well, first we got to recover. That's always the main part on our Monday. And then we just got to get back at it. Nothing's really changing. I mean, because we still have to figure out what we can control. We still have to put ourselves in position to be successful, and we still got to keep growing and keep having belief that something great can happen the next pitch.